Almost every e-commerce brand I talk to is so focused on making changes within Google Ads and the optimizations we can make there that they actually neglect what's pretty much 70-80% of the results and the success that they have. And that's going to be with Google Merchant Center. So in today's video, I wanted to break down 5 of the most important things or settings that you need to take a look at within Google Merchant Center to make sure that you're actually showing good ad listings. And again, these take maybe 10 minutes to actually implement NSS. And I actually have a super important one, something that people don't really know about, and it was released about a year ago. So you're going to want to stick around until the end of the video. Alrighty, so the first thing I want to show you is within this section is actually making sure your shipping and return policies are up to date. And you might think your shipping and return policies are already correct, but the problem is when you connect the Google and YouTube app, Shopify auto kind of syncs or imports those policies into Google Merchant Center. And the issue is it often does it incorrectly because there's two different kind of features here. It's going to be handling time and transit time. And sometimes it doesn't get it right or doesn't even populate the time zone. What you always want to do is you want to manually make different shipping policies. And again, we have two different ones for country just for organization purposes because we also have two different feeds. And then you want to shut off all of the other policies. And the problem is if you start making changes to these shipping policies without having changed that setting in Shopify, then what's going to happen is it's just going to override whatever you do. So like if you have some type of like mismatched currency due to shipping information disapproval, whatever you change here within a day, you're going to have the same disapproval. So make sure that button is toggled off. And the next section that's super important is having a return policy as well, because we want to clearly state, again, when obviously a product is returnable, how it is returnable. This is for Google compliance purposes. And also in your actual shopping ads, sometimes you'll see ships free by X. There's also sometimes it cycles to a return free returns in 14 days or 30 days. And think about it too. What I want you to do is go and do some test searches within your product category and look at what it shows for your competitors. For your shipping policy specifically, if we go back to that for a second, make sure or try to make sure that yours is more competitive than what your competitors have, right? So if theirs is delivers by today's March 10th, so delivers by March 20th, think about if it's possible for you to speed up your handling and transit times to get it by March 17th or March 18th, right? Because alongside the product titles and the images, that is something that's visible as well and can sway a user to actually clicking on another ad. And again, that same thing applies to return policies, right? Because if you have a return policy of 14 days and a competitor has 30 days, well, who are we going to go with, right? Because it's less risk for the actual purchaser. So make sure that you have this added and it's verified as well. And the next setting that you always want to have configured in Google Merchant Center is the promotions, because again, if you're running a promotion on your site, you should obviously list it on your Google Shopping ads as well, right? Because you can show that you have promo code eligible at checkout or get an extra $10, $15 off your order, 15% off of your order, 15% off of the first order, because there's so many different options that Google Merchant Center has now. They're constantly making updates to the promotion variations that you want to make sure that any promotion you run, take a look and see if you can actually get it set up as well. Because again, this is going to just add to the appeal of your shopping listing, aside from any optimizations you make, whether it's like search terms or your bidding strategy, everything to do within the actual Google Ads platform. So let's add a promotion and we'll scroll down here. And here I wanted to show you the actual different options that you have. There's so many different ones you can do. There's free gift ones, there's discount ranges. I don't play as much with this. This is a newer feature, but again, if you have percent off or amount off, you definitely want to make sure that is configured, right? Because again, whatever you're displaying on your site, that's obviously going to be great when somebody lands on the site and they're going to come through organically, or maybe they'll click on an ad anyway. But again, this is pre-click qualification, right? We want to make it easier for them to actually go through to your site and have more incisiveness to go through. So make sure go through these, and you can actually get some inspiration for your brand, not only for Google Ads setting up promotions here from what you already have active, but inspiration to actually run certain types of discounts, like free shipping, free gift, cashback. Like these are all interesting ones. You can do it by cart value, or you can do it by number of purchases, different eligibilities. Like I was saying, the first order, subscribe and save, typically if you're a supplement brand. So many different options. And you just want to make sure, again, this is applicable to whatever country you're advertising in. I would definitely recommend setting up promotions for whatever date range you have. If it's a week, if it's a 1 month promo, make sure that they're always set up, because it's going to make your ads more appealing. and of course get you a higher CTR, right? So more relevant traffic to your site. Also, real quick, if you run an e-commerce brand and you want help optimizing your merchant center, your Google Ads campaigns, and really just seeing better success with Google Ads, book a call with me. My link is down in the description, and I'd be happy to learn more about your business and see how I can help. Alrighty, back to the video. I wanted to go into the third point, which is making sure that you add product reviews. So if you're using a third-party provider already on your website, let's say Judge Me is a super popular one. There's also Shopper Approved. If you have over 50 reviews, what you can do is start displaying those reviews in your actual ads. So what you can do is you can literally just email your provider and say, hey, I want to set up a supplemental feed to push reviews to my Google Shopping ads. Can you please help me get this set up? And then they provide you kind of with steps to set up like the supplemental feed, or actually sometimes they'll do it for you. But the process is super simple. All you want to make sure is you actually have a review collection source established on your site. So Judge Me is typically the simplest one, like I said, or Shopper Approved as well. And then you can start to push those product reviews to your actual ads. One of the other super important things you need to keep in mind if you navigate to data sources, it's just right behind my head, but it's, I think, the second or third button in the settings tab here. What you need to make sure here is that you have separate feeds for separate countries. And I actually made a dedicated video on this, and it actually helps you counteract different disapprovals that you might be running into. So if you're seeing mismatched product price, for example, it might be because it's pulling the actual product price for two countries, Canada and US, let's take in this example, within one feed, which means that, again, you're displaying a US price to a Canadian customer. That's a discrepancy, product disapprovals. So here we always have different feeds for different countries. Again, if we start to expand into Europe, we'll have different ones, but so far these are the only two we're running towards shopping ads. But that's something you always want to make sure. And you can add a product source manually. You can import it through Shopify as well. We do it through a third-party tool called Data Feed Watch, which basically allows me to optimize the feed properly and really just make sure any settings on the back end are configured correctly. For example, the URL, sometimes I have to do like a /currency equals Canadian dollar to make sure it actually swaps to that, or else it'll push to the US price for the Canadian site. So there's kind of different quirks that we can change in within this platform to make sure we're actually pushing as optimized of a feed as possible to Merchant Center and to the countries that we actually want to run ads in. Okay. And the last thing we want to keep in mind, this is going to be the goldest nugget of them all, is your store quality. So when you click on store quality, the goal is obviously to be an exceptional store. And what that means is right here, it says indicates a positive shopping experience on Google. Before they would actually say it increases your ranking, and then you could add the badge to your site. But this does indeed improve your ranking, because if you think about it as well, if you're providing with users with a better experience, or Google deems you to be providing a better experience through your shopping ads for users, inevitably is going to reward you with higher ranking and lower CPCs. So you want to do everything you can to get to that exceptional top quality store badge. And if you're not at it, you want to take its suggestions and try to apply it. And again, implementing things that I talked about, which is like shipping policy, making sure that your delivery times, your shipping costs, your return windows, all of that is correct. It also gives you kind of a diagnostic on the browsing experience and your website speed as well. So just useful to see that. And it compares you. Sometimes here we have to all stores, but it can also do direct competitors. This depends on the broadness of your niche. Certain niches, obviously, like it just won't be able to pick up on that data. But I would take a look at that. So, and you want to make sure you have that for each country that you run in. Here we have it in US and then Canada as well. And obviously that varies, right? We want to make sure for both countries we have the correct policy set up, the feed is optimized, and any suggestions that it gives us here, like it says, again, increase shipping speed to be more competitive. In this case, we can do that if that's a viable option for this client, but we already have the exceptional badge. What you might see is add more payment methods, or it might say add promotions, for example. So those are different things you want to take into account and try to apply all of them, because they're going to increase your ranking here. Again, if you have different payment methods, it's going to give you a great ranking. Typically, if you have mostly great to exceptional rankings in each of these different sections, it'll give you the badge. But again, it varies because this is all kind of automatic. Again, if you're wondering why we don't have promotions here, we just haven't ran any in recent periods, but do make sure yours are actually filled out. But definitely go through this. This is honestly super, super important. If you think about keyword quality score within your search campaigns, where we look at your overall quality score on the keyword level and all of the components that make that up, so like your ad relevance, expected CTR, and the landing page experience, this is the shopping ads equivalent of it. And again, it exists in Google Merchant Center. So if you're neglecting your Merchant Center, chances are that's why your shopping ads aren't performing the way that you would want them to. Okay, that wraps up this video. Those are really the 5 most important tips that I would have to optimizing Google Merchant Center. A lot of these can be implemented super, super quick. And again, you don't need any technical knowledge to implement something like shipping, return policies, promotions, things like that. If you want help, for example, on the supplemental feed side to actually upload those reviews or the steps towards doing that, again, you can book a call with me or drop the question in the comments as well. Happy to go back and forth and provide some insight. Alrighty, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.